Hello, I'm Lee. Today, I want to introduce what I want to do. Education is a process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skill, values, beliefs, and habits. It goes through changes with the development of the social productive forces. When there was no letter or book, teaching and learning only relies on action modeling, observing, and imitating. When professional teachers and school appeared, education split apart from the social life. After the Industrial Revolution, education became right and obligation of the common people. The education theory, method, and tools change continuously. School class teaching form is the most effective and widely used education model at present. The teachers and students face to each other directly, so teachers can adjust their class according to students' learning progress. But it always happened that the teachers standing in front of the classroom and speak to themselves according to the books. Students only bury themselves in the mountain of books, listen and write down what the teacher said and memorize it. School is much like a machine to classify students by their age. When and how will the students get education, what they will learn, even what will they wear while they learn is regulated already. Students are like same package with labels after their graduation. Their diversity and creativity was killed. Though compared with the traditional master-apprentice form, the class teaching form is more interesting. The experiment image source and other visualized technique is used in the class, but students still feel sleepy in this classroom. How can we force our students sitting in these boring rooms while they can explore the world in more interesting ways by computers, iPhones, and the thousands of television channels? To diagnose children ADHD and give them drugs is not the solution. Maybe it's time to add more joy. Many experts try to use digital and information technology into class education to provide students a better learning experience. A lot of new words like e-book, e-school bags, e-classroom appeared. What I'm interested in is the e-textbook. Almost all primary students' knowledge comes from their textbook. The traditional textbooks are full of letters. If the textbook can provide some pictures and be more colored, we call it an interesting book. But now, our computer or mobile phone can provide us a more interesting world, as they can play sound, flash, GIF, and games. If the textbooks are digitalized into the digital world, which students can play with, there will be much more joy for studying. Another reason why I want to do some change for the textbook is that the traditional paper textbooks are heavy. Every student needs to carry all subjects textbooks with them to go to school. The school bags are too heavy to them. Some students even need to go to school with a school bag like a luggage case. If we put all their heavy books into a mini device, then the student's shoulder can be released. Compared with the traditional paper book, the e-textbook has a lot of advantages. It takes a long time from writing a textbook to its publication. The content of the textbook is usually getting old during the process of publication, especially in this fast-changing world. But we can update an e-textbook at any time. Students don't have to study the out-of-date knowledge anymore. The teachers who have certification can update the contents of the e-textbook according to their own class. The students can also provide source which they think is useful, and this source can be part of the e-textbook after the teacher's confirmation. During the activities of changing the study source, students will deepen their understanding of knowledge. Moreover, they will feel that they are needed which can encourage them to engage into the class and build their own identities. Teachers and students all engage into the dynamic editing of the e-textbook, and they can help them to build a one-to-one individual study context. The traditional paper textbook have limited pages, so the content is finite. It's hard for students to find more information and to search about their interest. The e-textbook can link to the connected material like the museum to provide them with an open road. When the students use the e-textbook, they can add tags and notes on it. It's easy for them to find a note by computer. There is no worry about mixing up or losing their notes anymore. When the students prepare a lesson, they can mark points which they have difficulties in understanding. The teachers can modify their lecture's content by these marks before they have class. The cost of the e-textbook is also lower than the paper one. The electronic publication has become the new growth point for the publication. Digitalized e-textbook is a trend for the publication. The Encyclopedia Britannica, which has been in continuous print since it was first published in Edinburgh, Scotland in 1768, said on 13th March 2012. It will end publication of its printed edition and continue with digital versions available online. People start to change their reading habits by doing more reading on screens. Reading screen is also an ability which we should teach our students. For my dissertation, I will design an e-textbook about Chinese history, which can be accessed easily. Textbooks as a kind of tool and source used for teaching and learning is an important part of the class. A new technology does not add or subtract something. It changes everything. In the year 1500, 50 years after the printing press was invented, we did not have old Europe plus the printing press. We had a different Europe. After television, the United States was not America plus television. We also had a different America. When the textbook met with the digitalization, it also not only means to move the letter on screen. The e-textbook have to guarantee the function of study and follow the series of the construction of the textbook, the interactive teaching theory, and others. One feature of the e-textbook is open. But open doesn't mean a mixed bag, including miscellaneous image, sound, video, or text. An e-textbook is not only a tool which provides more abundant material. It is a reconstruction of the learning source. History can be seen as the story of the past. Stories not only explain life and preserve history, but also ensure the continuity of experience from one generation to the next. Civilization survived because of the storytelling. Storytelling is, in fact, the oldest form of education. In this e-textbook, the history of China will be introduced like stories, which may be more attractive to students. I hope my work can help students to have a more joyful learning experience. That's all. Thank you.